Welcome to my channel, Geechee Journey. Geechee here. I'm just leaving my hotel motel room today here in a suburb of Austin, Texas. And I spent the majority of the last 3 hours up organizing my life and business, if you will. So I'm getting out. It's midday. It's shortly after 12 noon. The sun is probably at its peak. So I'm going to now take this opportunity to get out here and get some sun, shine, and some light exercise and walking in. The air is relatively clear here and clean. Not a lot of buildings around here. But anyway, I'm getting out and get some sun, get some air, and also do a little walking, talking. So this is where I'm staying right now. I'm at the Bungalows Hotel Motel. It is not a bad place, for 1 to 3, or even 4 people, or more if you let them sleep on the floor. But this is right adjacent to Route 183 North. So it's very convenient to get here from the airport. I want to say it's less than a 30-minute drive to come out here from the airport. Bare bones, somewhat. I think I talked about it on a previous video. But my subject today is the corporation of your life. Really organizing the corporation of your life, which should be an organization. I consider myself to be an organization. Some people may call it a corporation or a business. I am a business. Literally, I'm a business. Of course, I'm a musician and president of Geechee Music, Geechee LLC, Kente Dynasty, what have you. And I now and have been operating myself as a business. And in business, the best businesses have good organization. And a little bit about me in the field of business. I have a bachelor's degree from DePaul University in accounting. I did graduate from DePaul University with honors, or cum laude, if you will. So I have that background, and I'm thankful that I was able to actually use that education or that training in my career, which spanned over the time is at least 40 years, about 40 years, maybe a little bit more than that. But my role at the places where I was is as an accountant. So I was very much in tune and very much involved with the money handling. And I would say that in an organization, corporation, how you handle your finances is critical. If you have a business and your finances are not in order, or they jacked up, that can ruin your business, ruin your company, if that's not together enough. So I would say And I'm telling you kind of what I'm doing, what I have been doing. And I say this, another note is, and I told people this several times, if I can spend decades trying to, my decades trying to help other people account for their money and track their money, I should be able to put that same effort into my own affairs, my own business. At one time, I had the opportunity and the incident where I held a $2 million check in my hand, a physical $2 million check. That I actually got that check and took it to the bank. I was a controller at the time, so we got the money probably from the government or insurance company. It might have been Medicare or what have you. But they had to take a $2 million physical check to the bank. And I actually handled or kept account of millions of dollars in my role as staff accountant, senior accountant, assistant controller, financial analyst, and then ultimately I became a controller and or an accounting manager. So I know something about keeping track of money, and I try to do the best I can. Again, put that effort into my own company, my own organization, which I am, as I described earlier, and that's the way I would tell you as a friendly, kindly reminder that you do the same as well. So, to that end, I would say to take time, I would say maybe devote an hour a day organizing in general. And that would include, to me, list all of your bank accounts, credit cards, loans, anything financial. Put all that information somewhere, account details, what have you, credit limits. I would say do that. And then related to that, you could also deal with budgeting. And also I was basically managing a budget for at least about 20 years at least. I was basically running the budget progress and process. So I know something about budgets also because I was basically in charge of it. So you use the information of your finances to know what you have in the bank or what you have coming in, income. And use that information to figure out your budget. That means how much you got coming in, projection of that, and projection of how much you're going to have going out. That would be your budget. I intend on doing a separate video regarding a budget and what your budget can look like in the Philippines as an expat. Because I have a couple of years experience as a American expat in the Philippines, so I think I know something about that. So the other thing I would say as far as organization, what memberships do you have? Do you have any memberships and subscriptions? You should keep on top of that. And partially you want to look at if you're paying for any of these memberships or subscriptions. You want to know when Are they good for? Is there an expiration date? How much you're paying? All those details. So yeah, look into that. Memberships and subscriptions. The other thing you want to look at, and I guess this is dovetailing on the budget, if you have regular bills, whether they be a utility bill or a service bill or professional service or what have you, list those and keep track of those. I would say get you some software. I'm actually using Microsoft OneNote now, really for the first time. And I'm going to have basically a tab or a page dealing with each aspect that I'm talking about today. Other thing you want to look at, again, like I said, any service, any subscription, any membership that you have. If you have any professional or business or personal related registrations, you want to keep a record of that. Again, the registration number and all the details. What is your registration for? The purpose. Expiration date, if any. The number, if there's a number that goes along with that. All those particulars. And these things that I'm bringing up, you're going to customize it to your own personal or business situation. So you'll deal with that. And then I would say also, this is coming up, your most critical or most important contact persons, whether they be your parents, children, siblings, any relative, any personal associates, friends, or associates. Their names, their contact information, their location, all of that. So at a glance, you have a record. And then for you all, depending on who you are, you may not have that many people that you put in that category. But of course, if you're an expat, say you're from America, I'm using America for example, that you would list the person, again, relatives, friends, associates, and at a glance, if you had to go into a computer file, you can determine how the best way would be to contact that person. So yes, absolutely, you want to do that. Okay. And then another thing that's coming up here, do you have a favorite restaurant that you like to frequent? That might be maybe as many as 10 businesses or restaurants that you may want to frequent once a week, once a month, or whatever it is. Go ahead and list that information. Go ahead and include the location in their information in case you want to make a reservation or anything like that. Go ahead and list those. Do you have a massage? Any massage places that you go to on a regular basis? Keep that information as well. If you have any other salon services, mani-pedi, hair color, what have you, organize that so you have the information at a glance. So the thought comes up that, hey, I want to avail myself of this service possibly. Then you will go ahead and at a glance, again, you would have that information. And I'm just looking at here, you see I'm in a mall, and these are examples. You might have a regular massage place or a lounge, boutique florist, You have a pet, maybe you have a place where you take your dog or cat or what have you, and you just have that again at your fingertips. This is all, I'm doing this myself, you all, so I think it would benefit you very well to do this. As I'm in here, I see they have a massage place close by. Hi, good morning or good afternoon. So I don't know, this might be a massage, the masseuse here. I may go in here and see how much their massages are. But just a budget note for that. Massages, man, in the United States for an hour, look to spend maybe $70 to $100 for an hour for a massage versus the equivalent in the Philippines. You can probably get a full body massage for an hour for $10 in America. Like I said, I may be checking on that later just for kicks, just to see how much stuff is. But again, if you have yourself an organization, organized record keeping, you can have all this information, as much information as you need at your fingertips, wherever you are. So in my case, of course, I would have my United States contact information, and then by me spending most of my time in the Philippines, I would more so be interested in the local service providers and contact and information needed to deal in the Philippines. And then you can break that out as much as you need to. If you travel between 4 or 5 different cities or towns, then you want to divide it by city. You may have your contacts in Davao City, Cebu, Manila, Tacloban, Iloilo. You would separate that out. So again, I think it's very important, you all, that you be organized. I mean, I think so. I mean, this is the way I feel about it. And I'm certainly looking to do that, and I'm taking advantage of the quiet time today to do some organizing. And I say again, it doesn't have to be an overwhelming task if you're not used to doing this. Give yourself, I'm telling you, give yourself maybe about an hour or so per day to start out to do some type of organizing. Again, for yourself. Is going to save you much in the way of getting through your days. If you're organized, I end on this point. The more organized you are, will provide you the maximum stress reduction. More organization, less stress. More chaos, more stress. Remember that. So thank you very much again. This is very mild weather. I have a light jacket on. I would say it's about in the 60s, but you can see how sunny it is. And actually, I'm going to check this place out that I'm at now, because I am looking for a place to eat possibly today and see how much it is. And then we'll check out the massage places as well. So thank you for listening. This is Geechee Lion. Like, share, subscribe. Check out my other channel, which is Geechee Lion Music Radio. And check out my website, www.geecheelionmusic.com. And subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you.